Neno hili si hivyo. Mambo ni matatu.
Ladies and gentlemen, good morning and welcome back to our channel once again. Who is behind the problems facing the Orange Party? That is the question which most Kenyans are currently asking. Because according to James Orengo, all the problems facing Orange Party is actually caused by none other than President William Ruto.
My first encounter with President Ruto when he was elected as president was in a village in Ugenya, some place called Orango, and I told him, and if you watch the speeches I've made where President Ruto is, I have implored him not to kill political parties because I could see this coming. The problem in ODM, and I like what Senator Ososi has said, the problem in ODM is President Ruto. We are asking President Ruto to let ODM go, let ODM alone. He has not taken it hostage. He is in possession of the party called ODM. He is convening meetings of organs of ODM, of course excluding Honorable Sifuna and Honorable Osos. There are meetings that have taken place in Kilgoris, and the ones in State House are countless. Please, please, leave ODM alone. And I want to speak about the spirit of Raila Odinga. Raila Amolo Odinga fashioned a political party which was a people's movement. ODM is a people's movement.
So is William Ruto the problems facing ODM party? Because I also listened to Junet Mohammed, who was a close ally, very close ally of Raila Amolo Odinga. And according to Junet Mohammed, the problems facing ODM party is none other than Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta.
Vile mumeona baba alituacha, kuna masukosuko ndani ya chama chetu. Kuna wengine wanaruka, wanaenda hivi, wanaenda vile. Shida tuko naye ndani ya ODM. Nataka kusema leo nikiwa hapa Lamu. Shida tuko naye ndani ya chama chetu sio mambo ya broad based, sio mambo ya serikali ya broad based, sio mambo ya Ruto. Shida tuko naye kwa chama chetu ni yule former president ambaye anaitwa Uhuru Kenyatta. Huyu ndio anaharibu chama yetu. Yule anaharibu chama ya ODM sio William Ruto, sio broad based. Yule anaharibu chama ya ODM. Nataka niseme hapa nikiwa Lamu County hapa ni ya kwamba ni yule rais mstaafu ambaye anaitwa Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta. Tunataka kuomba yeye tukiwa hapa Lamu, tafadhali waachana na chama chetu. Uko na Jubilee, uko na chama yako, umekataa kustaafu, umebaki kama mwenyekiti ya hiyo chama, kama party leader, uko na project yako inaitwa Matiangi, tafadhali fanya kazi yako. Sisi hatuache tupambane na hali yetu. Tuliambia yeye atusaidie tukue rais. Baba kuwe rais ya Kenya uchaguzi uliopita. Alishindwa ama kushindwa? Si Uhuru alishindwa kufanya baba rais? Atupatie amani. Atupatie amani. Yeye ndio anakoroga hii chama yetu. Hii wapinzani wote unawaona na kila kitu yeye ndio kiongozi yao.
Ladies and gentlemen, who is the cause of the problems in ODM party? I want us to focus on James Orengo's statement. But first of all, allow me to read for you a post by Raila Odinga's sister, who is a nominated MC here in Kisumu. On Facebook, she goes by the name Anyango Dumpoda. This is Raila Odinga's sister, a nominated MC here. This is what she posted today, some 2 hours ago by the time I'm doing this video. Between 1994 to 1997, making the most difficult decision of leaving a party formed by your own father wasn't easy. But Raila sailed through, and here we are, Team Baba. I want you to pay very close. The only difference here, and I want you guys to pay very close attention. The only difference here is that this split was engineered by one person, the then President Moi, but it's unfortunate that the current split is said to be engineered by both the current and former presidents, so the force might be a little more. This is a war that needs no emotions, but focus. We shall still sail through because the storm is part of the process and everything happening was bound to happen to a strong party like ODM. Take time to breathe in and out because it's not gonna be easy, especially for some of us. But I believe eventually the sun will still rise from the east and set in the west. Chill. We are Team Raila, we are Team ODM. So according to Anyango, this split is caused by the two. But James Orengo is a governor, a legal mind in the Republic of Kenya. For James Orengo to accuse William Ruto of behind all this, it means there is something he's trying to communicate. Ladies and gentlemen, I want us to dissect James Orengo's statement. Before we do that, for those who are watching this channel for the first time, please take a second or two, click that subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. And to the subscribers, I want to continue thanking you guys for your continued support. Because without that support, this channel cannot be where it is. Ladies and gentlemen, without any further ado, allow me to dive in. The first reason why James Orengo is dragging the name of the president is because he's trying to counter the narrative that Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta is the sponsor of their group. There has been a question to both sides. Who is sponsoring the Lender Ground Initiative led by Odinga? Who? The other camp believe that the sponsor is William Samoei Arap Ruto. In fact, at some point, Edwin Sifuna made it very clear that, activities are happening. Is the signatory to ODM party is not even aware. He has not approved any payment, but those activities are going. So for them, they believe those activities are sponsored. This other camp also responded. As a matter of fact, that's the truth. The person sponsoring those activities is Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta. And that narrative was gaining momentum. It was gaining currency. And it was really hitting on them. So Orengo, being a shrewd political player, had to come up with a strategy, a counter strategy. So he's blamed the entire problems in ODM party on William Samoei Arap Ruto. Granted, William Ruto made it very clear that he was not going to allow ODM party. During Raila Odinga's burial, he made it public that he was not going to allow ODM party to go to the opposition. So I think Orengo just wanted to counter that narrative. Number two, James Orengo is in a very tight corner as we speak. Why? Orengo can be impeached and easily. And because sometimes when I make this predictive analysis, some of you don't like it. But anyway, I have to do it because as long as I'm vindicated, I'm okay with it. James Orengo might actually be impeached in Siaya. And who is he blaming? He's blaming Wandai. But he knows Wandai might not have that capacity. So he's blaming Wandai and he's blaming William Samoei Arap Ruto. And that's why he believes that all problems in ODM party is caused by none other than William Ruto. The Siaya MCS over this holiday paid a visit to William Ruto in Eldoret. Almost all of them. Orengo was not there. That visit exposed James Orengo. And I can assure you, up to now, James Orengo is not sitting easy wherever he is. He can be impeached. And because he's looking at his impeachment as being engineered by Ruto, is looking at the statement that Ruto made, and of course these activities and William Ruto's determination to win the support of ODM party, he believes that is where the problems in ODM party emanates from. Number 3, James Orengo is trying to incite the ODM support base against broad-based government. The truth is, sometimes you can't fight the truth. The truth is, Raila Odinga died, but he left ODM in the broad-based government. But the other truth is, as much as Raila died and left ODM in broad-based government, the supporters had not embraced that broad-based government. Then Raila Odinga left a window that ODM was likely to sponsor a candidate in 2027. In fact, for those who've been following this channel, I've always explained that Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta was really piling a lot of pressure on Raila Odinga to dump broad-based government because he wanted Raila Odinga to run for the presidency and support him again. Because Uhuru believed that Raila Odinga is the only person who could defeat William Ruto. So that window existed. So majority of ODM supporters were like, okay, we are in broad-based government, that's okay. But for 2027, we are going to go alone. So by blaming Ruto, he's simply telling supporters that Ruto is trying to force ODM to support broad-based government. I don't know whether he will succeed, but let us wait and see. And lastly, I'm looking at the 2027 politics. Something has to be done. And James Orengo and the group must do it. They must ensure that they generate some anti-broad-based government narratives. One of the narratives is that Ruto is the one causing problems in ODM party. I don't know what you think. Do you think William Ruto is the problem in ODM party, or Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta is the problem in ODM party? Until next time, this is Makwiny. Bye-bye.